And we are underway. Women's 2-3, Women's Masters. The gauntlet making the way up to Crybaby Hill, the McElroy Manufacturing Riverparks Criterium. Thank you to Jersey Lee with the St. Francis Tulsa Tough Divas up here joining me. Second year in a row talking during the women's 4-5 race, highlighting all the great mission of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough Divas, highlighting all the money raised. $1,625 this year raised for the women's 4-5 and women's 2-3 and women's masters races. Great effort. The community support and spirit of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough Divas, providing a place for confidence, building a skill set on the bike. Again, Jersey Lee, Heidi Blackman, the whole crew over there with the St. Francis Tulsa Tough Divas. The community support on those frames. Yeah, just real quick, so that's $1,625. I want to make sure I clear that up. That was for the women's 4-5 all weekend. So we gave away $800 yesterday, and then it was $825 from the Divas is what was given for the women's 4-5. So for the women's 2-3, it's $400 of cash, 4 individual $100 preems, courtesy of multiple groups: Bicycles of Tulsa, Smith Farm and Garden, St. Francis Health System, and Chris King Counseling. All righty, we're about to do lap number 1 done here. Just over 2 minutes. They'll cross under the McElroy Manufacturing start line at 2:15. So opening lap of 2:15 here for our women's 2-3 and women's masters. Again, we'll have 4 different preems that we'll be throwing out here today. Racing for 35 minutes, so we'll be firing off those preems early. It won't be lap 1. We did lap 1 last time. We'll definitely be early for the first one, as we have 4 $100 cash preems that we're going to be offering here in the women's 2-3. This 35-minute race, women's 2-3, master 40 plus, as they make their way up Crybaby Hill for the second time here. Trying to get some of those bib numbers there. They're all wrinkly. Cannot see. There's a green team that I don't know if I called their name often yesterday. I probably did. Just trying to see those bib numbers shining, very shiny in the sun. That is banking the top of the hill there at Crybaby Hill. But again, we'll get some of those names and numbers for you. We'll get the recognize who's at the front of this race driving this right now, early on lap number 2 of the women's 2-3 women's masters. So yesterday, the big breakaway and attack by Claire Abry, Apex Cycling Team. She's raced previously with the Marks Bensdorf team at Tulsa Tough. But this year with Apex Cycling out of Tennessee. She's had some success this year. Last couple years racing in Nashville to Music City crit scenes. But yesterday, she was our winner on day number 1, Claire Abry. Rounding up the rest of that podium, Asia Baker with White Space Bikes out of Indiana. And then Priscilla Garcia, she was in 3rd place yesterday on day number 2 here in the women's 2-3 race, racing with the zebra-clad jerseys of the Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. First preem. It's a $100 preem, $100 preem. Opening lap. Or sorry, second lap preem here as we send them out onto lap number 3, but our first preem of the day, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. $100 cash preem lap. Low McCarty, she's a diva, racing with Centier Race Team. As we go on to lap number 3, and we did get a chance to see the jerseys at the front, as that is the Fount Cycling Guild Race Team. Brooklyn Radin as well as Bristol Albright, racing out of North Carolina in the green and white jerseys of Fountain Cycling Guild. Now, though, a little bit of shuffling up at the front. Looks like maybe United Cycling moving there. We don't see Los Angeles Bicycle Academy just yet up at the front. They've been very active. We talked about Camila Arenas. She's a former podium, been on the podium here previous years, racing with Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. Alexa Alarcon was driving some of the brakes, trying to bring back some of the chases yesterday. And then their teammate, Priscilla Garcia, with the Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, rounding out our podium with that third place finish on day number 2 of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. So, opening preem, the first of our 4 $100 cash preems. This one courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. Rounding out that top 5 yesterday, Emily Brooks in 4th and Emma Frost in 5th. Just outside that top 5 was Amanda Alston in 6th with United Cycling, trying to make her way into the top 5. So this is the opening preem lap. We'll wait to see who's going to come galloping for that first $100 cash preem, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa. Rolling to the line, it will be 562. So Fountain Cycling Guild out of South Carolina. That's Brooklyn Radden, as she will take the opening preem, as we have 4 of them. We'll be coming through here fast and furious, as we're only 7 minutes in, but it's a 35-minute race, so we're going to try to take care of it and get the other 3 $100 preems handled here in our Women's 2-3 Masters race. Also, momentarily, we'll be recognizing our Women's 4-5 podium as well coming up. Women's 4-5 podium. Alrighty, as our women's 2-3 field continues to roll on through. Centier, Los Angeles Bicycle Academy, also Ride or Die Racing out of Colorado, Jordan Johnson, as they roll on through. Another lap done and dusted here. We're 9 minutes in to our Women's 2-3 and Masters. Again, we have 3 more preems. We'll be ringing those bells coming up. Alrighty. Without further ado, let's recognize our Women's 4-5 podium here at day number 3 of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough, the McElroy Manufacturing Riverparks Criterium, a.k.a. Cry Baby Hill. Racing with Team Staple Gun, making her way to the 3rd place step, it's Jessica Helmka. In 2nd, back-to-back days on the podium, racing with the Tulsa Wheelman, it's Jennifer Searcy. And making her way from 4th on Saturday to 1st on Sunday with Conquer Fitness Club, it's Lauren Lucas. Your women's 4-5 podium, Lucas, Searcy, and Helmko, 1, 2, and 3. Congratulations to our women's 4-5 podium. Alrighty, so next time through for the women's 2-3, let's ring a bell. Let's do our second of our 4 cash preems. It'll be a $100 cash preem courtesy of Smith Farm and Garden as we look at those race leaders all back together. The preem winner having been received back into the peloton as they make their way in front of the Team Topeka tent, and they'll crest Galveston. Next time you see them on the race course down here at Riverside Drive will be 190 meters from the finish line, where we'll start the preem lap, our second of the 4 preem laps. And again, looking at that top 5 from yesterday, Claire Avery, Apex Cycling Team, Asia Baker in second. Yesterday, Priscilla Garcia, Los Angeles Bike Academy in third. Hot Wheels Racing in 4th with Emily Brooks, and Emma Frost in 5th. We also mentioned Amanda Olsen in 6th. So it's a preem lap, preem lap. This is a $100 preem. We are starting the preem, starting the preem, starting the preem. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. Moving to the front, bib number 302. I believe maybe one of our Masters racers that is wearing their 1-2 jersey, possibly bib 302. Not on the start sheet, but up there in towards the front. Also starting to see the Zebras of Los Angeles Bicycle Academy moving away to the front, left side and right side of the peloton. And then those green jerseys of Fount Cycling Guild, Bristol Albright, along with Brooklyn Radden. So this is our second of our 4 preem laps. This one courtesy of Smith Farm and Garden, as we are nearing the 12-minute mark of our 35-minute race. Again, only 35 minutes, so we'll be definitely firing off these next couple preems quickly as we get down towards the business end of this one. So again, I'd like to thank everyone. Our race leaders jersey that we put on up at the top step for the podium, that's courtesy of Moo Moo Apparel. Moo Moo Apparel, the official sponsor of Tulsa Tough and the American Criterium Cup. Amy and Scott keeping everyone honest and on time over at the podium. And at that podium, outside the junior race, the rest of the races, the first place finisher gets a Kuro Athletic sunglasses, engineered and manufactured in Japan. Kuro Athletic sunglasses, go find their orange tent somewhere along the vendor area here on the trail behind us on Riverside Drive. Also, all podium finishers will get the Tulsa Tough pendant from the Diamond Seller, our Tulsa Tough official jeweler of the 2025 edition of the St. Francis Health System Tulsa Tough. So, unofficial flyover here. The birds are out from the Oklahoma Air National Guard, the wing out of Tulsa International Airport. The F-16s give us a little flyby here, showing some horsepower as our women's 2-3. So this will be the, speaking of horsepower, it's the sprint for the preem. This is the second $100 preem. And it shall be taken by Fount Cycling Guild. That is going to be Brooklyn Radden. Brooklyn Radden, 562, Fount Cycling Guild. She actually is out of Ohio. Her teammate's out of North Carolina. But Fount Cycling Guild, Brooklyn Radden taking that second preem. They're the F-16s on the Jumbotron. The Oklahoma Air National Guard out of Tulsa International. Little Sunday flying here for the Fighting Falcons of the Oklahoma Air National Guard. All right, 302 is part of the Masters. That's Leah Thorvalson, 3T Q&M Cycling out of Arkansas. All righty, so that's the second preem of our 4. Now with 9 to go. So we'll wait maybe a little bit. Let the elevated heart rate bring it on down. Maybe give them 1 or 2 laps of breathing before we do the third and fourth. We're going to have those final 2 preems coming up fast. And we finally have one of the crybaby sightings up on the hill. The creepy mask, a little mini sombrero, got a little sound pony scarf around it. a haunting visage up there on Crybaby Hill. So, race leaders here in the women's 2-3. Again, we talked about those racers that have been in that top 6. Again, we'll start to clean up the backside of the course here as we'll look at that group. Started off with 38 in the 2-3 and 6 in the Masters. So 44 total racers on the original registration list. I'm starting to see some souls being taken, getting spit out the back. Looks like that is going to be Rose Chase, Move Up Cycling Club out of Missouri, losing contact there on the crest of Galveston. As the front of our race will make the way down onto Riverside Drive. Here comes the Don Thornton Automotive Group. Alrighty, 8 to go, 8 to go, 8 to go. Again, it was 44 total. We talked about 145. That's Rose Chase. She's on the chase. Move Up Cycling Club trying to make her way onto the back wheels here of the front group of our women's 2-3 Masters field. I think that 302 towards the front may still be that Leah Thorvaldsen. She's got a power possum attached to the top of her helmet. Power possum, it's a thing. And right now, that power possum is making its way up Crybaby Hill. So yes, that was Leah Thorvaldsen, 3T Q&M Cycling out of Arkansas with the power possum. Sitting at the front. So next time through, we'll have to see, is it time for another preem? We do have 4 of them. We've already gone through 50% of them. Now on to the third one. Coming up, the final 2 will be $100 cash premium courtesy of St. Francis and $100 courtesy of Chris King Counseling. $166, that's Rebecca Bro with Ride or Die Racing Team. Guess what you get to do? You get to keep riding. I'm going to keep running it through. Another lap, another lap, another lap here. Backside of the course where they get 1 to go, 1 to go for them. But the front, there'll be 7 to go next time we see them. So right now, the preem hunter out of this group has been Fount Cycling Team. Bib number 562, Brooklyn Radden out of Ohio. And here's the thing, we're going to ring that bell. They're on the backside heading down the hill off Galveston. It'll be a preem lap. We're going to ring that bell, a third preem coming on up. $100 cash courtesy of St. Francis Health Systems. As we finish up the backside of our peloton, that will be Milla Dufresne, not related to Andy Dufresne. And with North Star Development racing out of Minnesota. But now it's going to be our third preem. It's a $100 preem, cash preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, a preem lap, $100 preem lap, $100 preem lap. The preem hunter, Brooklyn Radden, she's in there, but sitting towards maybe middle of the pack. She'll start moving towards the front. That is going to be Ride or Die Racing, Jenna Mayer, 561, who's towards the front, up there with the power possum of Leah Thorvaldsen, as it is 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. And more importantly, the third of our 4 preem laps here. Third preem coming up, a $100 cash preem courtesy of St. Francis Health Systems as they head up the hill. Crybaby Hill, we're heading your way. A preem lap, heading your way, Crybaby. Preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, as we're under 7 to go in our women's 2-3. Again, a reminder, as we get into the afternoon hours, of course, we're still not quite to high noon just yet, but when we get into the afternoon hours, we'll be getting into the Omniums. There's 4 different Omniums, which is the 3-day competition, the culmination of points from where you finished in the standings on all 3 days. Masters A, P1-2, Pro Men, or sorry, the 1-2, then the Pro Men and the Pro Women. Masters A, the category 1-2, and then the Pro Women and Pro Men. The 4 different Omniums happening here today. So it is a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. We'll see if there is someone that's come off the front or if that is a lap rider. I don't think so. That is going to be a little mini attack there, possibly 151. Trying to see if that is 151. That's Sylvia Espinoza, Pro Terra Racing out of Colorado. First time we've called her name. So we'll wait for that peloton to make their way off of Galveston down the hill to make that right-hand turn onto Riverside Drive for the 190-meter sprint for the third $100 cash premium coming on up, courtesy of St. Francis Health System. So, I believe that is Espinosa. She'll make that right-hand turn. We'll look off to the south. Here comes the chasers. Kind of a scattered chase, but it'll be, I believe, 151. That would be Sylvia Espinosa if it's bib number 151. And that is exactly who it is, as Sylvia Espinosa, Pro Terra Racing out of Colorado, takes our third $100 cash premium. Now we're seeing the zebra jerseys of Los Angeles Bicycle Academy starting to move their way to the front. Looks like there are two of their racers towards the front. One of those could be Priscilla Garcia, who finished third in this race yesterday down at the Arts District, the FC Tulsa Arts District Criterium on day 2 of the Tulsa Tough Weekend. Again, the zebras moving towards the front. Early on, it was the green jerseys of Fount Cycling Guild that have been toward the front, and that was Brooklyn Radden winning the first two $100 premiums. We do have a racer that did go down. If you come across and you turn on that right-hand turn onto Crybaby Hill and you're 5 to 6 wide, if you get too near the edges, you will find the curb. And it looks like one of the racers did go down on that first uphill section when you come off of Riverside Drive onto Crybaby Hill. Looks like our preem winner is done. She's off the back now. Took her $100. Did not see the racer. Maybe Move Up Cycling. Not sure if that was Rose Chase or not, but one of the racers from the back of the peloton did have to pick themselves up off the deck. There it is, 147. She's back into the action there, into the chase. So, Emily Brooks. That's a big name, though. If that is 147, Emily Brooks, Hot Wheels Racing. She was in 4th yesterday, and now with 6 to go, she's on the chase. Alrighty, 5 to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. One final preem, not yet though. We have not rung the bell. We have not rung the bell yet. When will the final preem come up? It is not yet, not yet, not yet. But right now, moving to the front, I believe that is United. Yes, it is. Megan Whitford, 564 United Cycling, moving to the front. First time we've called Megan's name here today with 5 to go. So the last couple laps, we'd seen Los Angeles Bicycle Academy towards the front. Still have one racer up there. That may be Priscilla Garcia. Try to check that number out as they roll on through, as they hit the hill. Like I said, last time through, it was Emily Brooks, who was 4th yesterday, who had some trouble, caught the curb on that first climb, and had to pick herself up off the deck, and now in chase mode. One of our preem winners, Sylvia Espinosa. She'll roll on through. She's $100 richer. The gas money to head on home. A reminder, make sure you are staying hydrated. As much as Crybaby Hill wants to be dehydrated, we do not need the medical and Tulsa police personnel on top of the hill spending their time carrying you off because you did not hydrate properly. So no matter where you are in the race course, whether you're down here facing the sun on Riverside Drive as it starts to come up above us as we near the 11 o'clock hour, or if you're up on the hill, make sure you are staying hydrated. Also, if you're hungry, make sure you're eating. Head on down here, down to Riverside Drive. A lot of the vendors are set up, a lot of food trucks. Also, up at the Route 66 Pavilion, as you make your way up Crybaby Hill, there's the vast bank stage. There's bands playing there, going to be playing all day long. You're also going to have a Jumbotron up there for some of the video. You won't be able to hear any of the audio, but you don't need to because you'll be jamming out to all the music up there. And again, also have some food trucks up there at the Route 66 Pavilion up there, that parking lot, midway up Crybaby Hill. So, next time through, it is going to be the fourth and final preem, courtesy of Chris King Counseling. We're going to be firing that final preem coming up as they make their way down the hill. Possum Power Leah Thorvalson, 3T Q&M Cycling, about to make her way down and lead our reduced peloton of around 25 or so. And it'll be the final preem. We're going to ring the bell here. It's a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. With 4 laps to go, it's going to be a preem lap, preem lap, preem lap. $100 in cash, $100 in cash. Final preem, final preem, final preem. Courtesy of Chris King Counseling. The final preem lap, final preem lap, final preem lap. Kathleen Anderson, bib number 168, West Coast Cycling, doing a little tail gunning there. Bib number 165, out of Florida, West Coast Cycling, sitting at the back of that group here as it's a preem lap, $100 cash, courtesy of Chris King Counseling, about to make her way up Crybaby Hill 4 more times around the course. 4 laps to go. So some of those zebra jerseys of Los Angeles Bicycle Academy have been separated from that front group as this preem lap, again, up towards the front. That will be United Cycling's Megan Whitford, along with Leah Thorvalson, Possum Power, moving to the front. Again, they're going to make their way over the top of Crybaby Hill, now make their way towards that double bump. Again, try to figure out where to watch the race. Come on down. This is the business end. Hang out down here in Riverside, but go to Crybaby Hill. Go over to Climax Corner over there on Galveston. Go along Galveston. Go down at the end of Galveston where it meets Riverside Drive, watching that over 180 degree off-camber turn back to the right that brings the racers from Galveston back onto Riverside Drive. Wherever it is, they're great spots. Head on down to the end of Riverside Drive. Go check out all of the Don Thornton Automotive pace cars, one of our great sponsors. Maybe take a visit over to Don Thornton Automotive later in the week. See the Lexus, see the Land Rover, see the Jaguar, see the Cadillac. Check it out, the Don Thornton Automotive Group, our official pace car of St. Francis Tulsa Tough. So, making that turn, that should be, I believe, our race leader from yesterday. Is that Claire Avery? I think it is. She's wearing the Tulsa Tough Series Leader jersey, courtesy of Moo Apparel. And I believe that is 551. It is bib number 9, which I believe is 551, which is Claire Avery. Yeah, so that's Claire Avery, your winner yesterday, and she wins the 4th and final $100 cash preem here. Also rolling it into an attack. She went long yesterday at the L-shaped drag race course down at the Arts District Criterium, FC Tulsa. Now here today on the lumpy climb, 100 feet of elevation gain every lap. That means she's got 300 feet of climbing ahead of her over the final 3 laps. So, Claire Avery, yesterday's winner, bib 9, but again, I think she's 551 here on the start list. She is up at the front. She's got that race leader's jersey, the Moo Apparel official sponsor jersey of our race leader here in the women's 2-3. As Claire Avery, a little bit of a gap. It had started to shrink, though. She had opened it up when she came down off of Galveston, showing that descending skill, and also she made her way on there to win that $100 cash preem. But from there, her lead has shrunk, making her way to the hill. Again, Chris King Counseling, providing relational mental health counseling to Tulsa and surrounding areas for 11 years. They were the 4th and final preem sponsor. That $100 cash, courtesy of Chris King Counseling, providing relational mental health counseling to Tulsa and surrounding areas for 11 years. We are done with the preems and now to the final 3 laps here. Actually, it'll be the final 2 laps. It'll be the penultimate lap when those race leaders roll on through. And here's the thing, a little 3-woman breakaway. Avery being joined, I believe, by United Cycling as well as Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. We'll get those numbers for you. It's 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. Final 2 laps, the penultimate lap coming on up here as the chase trying to bring them on back. Again, that's Claire Avery, yesterday's winner, wearing the Moo Apparel leader's jersey. That is going to be 5:53 and 5:56. So that will be a previous winner, Camila Arenas, Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. And I believe that was Tatum Brown, possibly 5.56 with United Cycling in the blue jersey. So that's some new names we've moved to the front in the form of Tatum Brown. And again, Camila Arenas, former winner, now sitting that little three-woman breakaway. But here comes the chase, starting to draw them back as they hit the first bump. Crybaby Hill, we're sending them your way. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. Alrighty, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. Next time we see the race leaders roll here, it will be the bell lap. We'll be pulling celebrity bell ringers out of the crowd to ring 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Final lap in this 35-minute race. The women's 2-3, women's masters. Been very active on the women's masters side. The possum power of Leah Thorvaldsen. But now as we look, coming back together. I tell you what, the little three-woman breakaway has been drawn back together. LA Bicycle Academy also up there towards the front. A couple more zebra jersey, two. Actually, not as many, only two. So you're going to have some United Cycling. You got some Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. We're going to be looking at Apex Cycling Team. Yesterday's champ, Claire Avery. She's up at the front as well. So they're going to go up past the team tents on Galveston. They're getting ready to go crest that hill. Next time we see them, they're going to be hurtling down the white knuckle off camber turn from Galveston onto Riverside Drive. 190 meters before we're going to ring that bell. It's going to be 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Coming up, final lap coming up in our women's 2-3 race. Here they come, about to hit the final trip towards Crybaby Hill. It's the final lap. We're ringing that bell. 1 to go, 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 1 to go. Final lap, final lap, final lap, final lap, final lap. 1 to go, 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 1 to go. Final lap for our women's 2-3 here at the McElroy Manufacturing River Parks Criterium. Day number 3 of the 2025 edition of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. Yesterday's winner was in a little mini breakaway when she won the 4th and final preem of the day. Now back to the front and opening up a gap as they hit the first bump of the double bump of Crybaby Hill. Final lap, final lap, final lap. Avery up out of the saddle. But here comes Fount Cycling Guild. Bristol Albright, I think that's who it is, 145. No, it's going to be the Preem Hunter. That is Brooklyn Radden, 562, as she's going to overtake your leader, Claire Avery. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Final lap, final lap, final lap. So looking up on the Jumbotron, we'll see the backside of the race course as they will crest Crybaby Hill for the final time here in our women's 2-3 and women's masters. This was a 35-minute race coming down to the final, let's say, final minute. They're going to keep ringing. 1 to go, 1 to go, ring it, ring it, ring it. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. As we'll send Asia Baker, White Space Bikes, on to the Crybaby Hill climb one final time. So, 1 to go, 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 1 to go. We're keeping that bell ringing here for the backside of our women's 2-3. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. We can ring that bell here. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. That is Emily Brooks. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. All right, so this is the final sprint. So moving to the front will be Brooklyn Radden. Bib 562. Gonna turn that bike to the right and to come to the line, and they're going to be the sprint. Again, they're 190, now 150. Here comes United Cycling, I believe. Try to see the names and numbers. Fount Cycling. Here comes Los Angeles Bicycle Academy. No, as they're going to come to the line as the sprint will be taken. 567, Priscilla Garcia. Los Angeles Bicycle Academy takes the sprint to move from 3rd place on Saturday to 1st place on Sunday in the women's 2-3 field. Congratulations as our women's 2-3 and Masters field continue to roll on in. You are Tulsa Tough, you've survived Cry Baby Hill. Again, congratulations as our finishers continue to roll on through. Women's 2-3, Women's Masters here on day number 3 of the St. Francis Tulsa Tough. Coming up next, our Men's Cat 4. Men's Cat 4 race coming up, a 40-minute race. Coming up around a little after 11 o'clock. So you should already be staging for our Men's Cat 4. We'll have 2 different preems out there, 2 $100 cash creams, courtesy of Bicycles of Tulsa and Smith Farm and Garden. Again, get on your feet, cheer on these racers, congratulate them as they finish up Crybaby Hill and the Riverparks Criterium, courtesy and brought to you by McElroy Manufacturing.